All right, month one recap. So we are 40 days in. It's crazy. So I'll run down where we've been, what we've done as quickly as I can. So we started in Paris. We flew into Paris. We were there for 2 days. We pretty much walked as much as we could possibly walk. We walked the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe. We did all that the first day. Second day, we went up to Montmartre. We sat in some cafes, walked some more. I think we were averaging about 12 miles a day of walking. From there, we went to Chamonix, France, which is at the base of Mont Blanc. That was somewhere I've always wanted to go, so that was really cool. It was beautiful. The sights were unreal. And we did a hike. On the hike, we met a family from the UK, so we ended up hiking with them pretty much the whole time. That was fun. It was nice to have some conversation as we go. The hike was not easy, but pretty enjoyable with the views along the way. Wild. From Chamonix, we came to Grenoble, which is where I am now, or I guess in French it's Grenoble, but I have a hard time committing to the French accent, so Grenoble. We've been here for 5 weeks. When we got here, it was really, really hot. Our apartment has a fan and really nice windows, but no AC. So after about a week of day trips in and out, we decided to go somewhere else for a week and get an apartment that had AC. We didn't want to give up this apartment and we couldn't get our money back, so we just booked another place and planned to come back. So we got to go to Italy. We went to Italy for a whole week. That was not in the plan, so that was really exciting. We stayed in Milan. From Milan, we went to Cinque Terre for a day. That was a really long day trip. We did some hiking. It was blazing hot. We got in the water at 2 different little towns. Amazing. We went home. That was a really long day. I would not recommend a day trip from Milan to Cinque Terre. There were so many people that made it kind of not as enjoyable. Obviously, I'm a tourist too, so I have to deal with other tourists being there, but really hot, really busy. From there, back in Milan, we did a day trip to Lake Como, and that was beautiful. I can see why rich people go to Lake Como and buy a house. It's beautiful. That was really nice. We left Italy, came back to Grenoble, and the weather had cooled off, so we could sleep with the windows open, the fan on, and enjoyed a week. Once we were back here, we were able to do some hiking. Finally, there's a lot of mountains around town, so we hiked pretty much every day that week we got back since the weather was better. On one of the hikes, we met a bunch of people that spoke English, so we hiked with them, none of them from the States. We actually have not met or heard anyone in close proximity that had an American accent, which has been surprising. I thought there'd be more travelers from the States, but we met a girl from Norway that we hiked with for a little bit, and we actually met up with her the next day and went on another hike in a lake to go swimming. That was fun. So we did a bunch of hiking that third week, and then we decided to take another week-long trip. We went to a town in France called Bourges. Maybe that's how you pronounce it. The town was really cute. We really just wanted to relax, stay in a really cute apartment. It was like a old-style loft, and there was some cool marshes to walk around, so we walked around. We took a day trip to Orleans, which is not related to New Orleans, but was so cute town. Some other day trips we did just mixed in. We went to Dijon for a day, like Dijon mustard. That was probably one of the most beautiful cities we day tripped to. Unexpected beautiful cities. Jim did a little like tourism class. They made their own mustard. That was cool. I didn't do that. I sat at a cafe and ate a waffle. Other day trips, we went on an overnight trip to Aix-en-Provence, a really beautiful town. On the way there, we went through Marseille, which was one of my favorite places that we got to swim in the Mediterranean. So lots of swimming when it was hot. The water is so clear. Those of you that know me a little bit might know that I am typically terrified of fish, so I don't like to look in the water when I swim, but conquered that fear a little bit, spent a little bit of time with my face in the water with some goggles, and that was really exciting and made the swimming a little bit more enjoyable to not be freaking out. So I'm excited because the Asia portion of this trip will have a lot of beach and swimming time. So hopefully we keep the good fish vibes going. Just so many little towns, lots of little bakeries. I wrote a blog post on how challenging it is for me to find food. I'm really picky and I'm sorry. I know you have to try everything, but I just don't like a lot of different foods. But I've gotten a lot better at that. Found things that I know I can get everywhere. Honestly, we just eat a lot of Asian food. I do a lot better with noodles and rice and ramen and soups. So we've eaten, there's a lot of Vietnamese food here in town. So we've had Vietnamese often. We've had sushi a lot. I like sushi. So the food has been great. Italy, honestly, the pasta is as good as you imagine it'll be. It's so good. So that was fun to get to try. I also had a pizza in Italy and it was also delicious. The sauce is just something we can't capture for some reason in the States. So we've been, honestly, this has been like a slow month for us, which I know sounds crazy to you guys, but me and Jim go at like 1,000 miles an hour. So leaving from here, the longest we stay in a single place for the rest of the trip is I think 9 nights. So we're pretty much on the go from here. We've had a really great time. This is the balcony at our apartment and I've spent a lot of time out here because it's usually cooler than in the apartment. It's been so cool. So that's my update. I didn't add any pictures here because, like I said, I'm not great at video stuff, but there's some on Instagram. Let me know if you're on there. Maybe I'll try and add on to the end of this some pictures. We'll see. That's another thing. I thought my brain would want to be busy while we were traveling because I'm so, I guess, productive at work, but no, I've been perfectly fine doing nothing. I've written like one blog post. When I post, I don't do any captions on Instagram. I'm pretty much off the tech other than when I'm planning or taking pictures. And then I did get a journal and I've been writing every night, but sometimes that's like 4 or 5 sentences. So just enough to keep the memories. So I'm having a great time. My brain is having a great time, pretty relaxed. So looking forward to the next 4 months, 4 more months. So good. All right, cool. See ya.